Melania and Ivanka Trump stepped out in Warsaw for the first full day of President Donald Trump's visit to Poland on Thursday. The First Lady, who touched down on Air Force One last night, met with her Polish counterpart Agata Kornhauser-Duda at Belweder Palace. She looked polished in a printed midi-dress teamed with purple suede heels and her signature glossy blow-dry. Ivanka, meanwhile, visited the monument to the Ghetto heroes in Warsaw and the POLIN Museum of the History of Polish Jews before watching her father deliver a speech in front of 5,000 Poles in Krasinski Square. The Polish First Lady, herself in a vibrant shade of pink, hosted Melania at Belweder Palace in the capital today. Mrs. Kornhauser-Duda, Melania's Polish counterpart, is the wife of the Polish president, Andrzej Duda. Photographers captured the two women leaning towards one another and chatting during their tete-a-tete. The night before the meeting, the First Lady arrived in Poland looking chic in a $2,400 green Diane von Furstenberg trench coat and coordinating scarf. Meanwhile, Ivanka laid flowers at the monument to the Ghetto heroes during a solemn visit on Thursday. Ivanka, who has a position at the White House, wore a blue dress with a wild floral pattern paired with beige pumps as she paused to deposit the spray. Warsaw's monument to the Ghetto heroes commemorates the 1943 Warsaw Ghetto uprising, an act of Jewish resistance during the Second World War. Ivanka also visited the POLIN Museum of the History of Polish Jews, which faces the monument. The first daughter, who converted to Judaism before her wedding in 2009, later took to Twitter to share her thoughts on the visit, writing, "It was deeply moving to be able to visit the monument to the Ghetto heroes and the POLIN Museum of the History of the Polish Jews." She and her husband Jared Kushner, who is also a senior advisor at the White House, later went to listen to President Trump's speech in Krasinski Square. The couple previously took part in the president's overseas trip to Saudi Arabia, Israel, and Italy. Melania stepped on stage with her husband, and together they laid a wreath at the foot of a statue commemorating the 1944 Polish uprising against German occupiers. Speaking to a crowd of thousands, Trump called Poland the geographic heart of Europe and commended its citizens for shaking off Nazi oppressors and Russian occupiers over the last century. "That's trouble. That's tough," he said. "In those dark days, you have lost your land, but you never lost your pride." He went on to praise Poland's will to survive, because they have never, ever forgotten who they are. "The Polish experience reminds us, the defense of the West ultimately rests, not only on means, but also on the will of its people to prevail," Trump added. "Your oppressors tried to break you, but Poland could not be broken," he said. The family later continued their journey to Hamburg in northern Germany for the G20 Leaders Summit.